See, what I've realized is what many of you have realized as well, and it's what the disciples of Jesus realized. That they went from hiding because they thought when Jesus marched up to Calvary, that was the march of defeat. When they heard the clang of those spikes going into his hands and into his feet, they thought that was the sound of defeat. When they saw him bloodied and bruised and naked on the cross, their king, their hope, they thought that was the appearance of defeat. But what they found out later, when they saw his resurrected body, was that march up to Calvary was not the march of defeat, but it was the march of victory. When they heard the clanging, they could go back and realize that clang of him being nailed to the cross was not the sound of victory. It was not the sound of defeat, but it was the sound of victory. When they saw him before them, they realized that those four questions we started with, that it does have an answer. And the answer to those questions is a person. His name is Jesus. And maybe when they realized that he was dead and gone, that was just halftime, because later he came out of the tomb and he was going down third quarter, fourth quarter, and he reigned victorious. See, the four questions, I think, find their answer in Jesus. Where did I come from? Well, I was created by Jesus. Why am I here? I was created for Jesus. How should I live? You can look to Jesus. You can depend on his Holy Spirit, who was sent by him to change you and lead you and guide you. Where am I headed? To be with Jesus. This isn't a hope-so destination. This is a guaranteed destination. We are returning to the relational perfection of the Garden of Eden before sin. When God was walking among Adam and Eve, hanging out with them, it was all good. It was all beautiful. It was all perfect. And that is where we're headed back to through him. God is making all things new, new heaven, new earth, new you for all of us to dwell together with him. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one, you are not the exception. No one can come to the Father except through me.